Well, set for a start next time around. Heat number 3 of the Super Sedans. Pair of 85s on the front row, but Keith Higgs running as number 8 tonight. He's on the outside of the front row. Matty McMahon from Kununurra in the Sweet Chassis. We'll start from pole. Dustin Higgs, undefeated in feature race competition this year, going for win number 5, the Super Sedan Summer Series. He'll go from P3 to his outside, Ryan Huxtable in 23. Out of Mount Barker in car number 25 is Nathan Tearley. 96, Steve Larson. 36 out of Broome is Phil Barton. Gary Higgs, the Dustman, doing it from the back of the bus this time around. 2 heat wins tonight in car number 81. And Craig Gilbert running from the rear of the field tonight, the local. In car number 43, the Rocket Chassis. As they're underway, 10 laps out of our Super Sedans. So head off into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. And the 2003 WA champion gets the best of the dispatches. It's got very untidy at the back of the field on the 4th row between Phil Barton and Gary Higgs. Unsure what happened there. We'll sort of watched Keith Higgs sail off in the turn number 1 with the race lead. But the pair of 85s on the front row, Matthew McMahon and Keith Higgs, squaring off. One Sweet Chassis, one Insane Chassis of Keith Higgs. Underway, second attempt at a start. And a mirror of the first start. Keith Higgs sails around the outside, has a big moment mid-corner in turn number 2. And Dustin Higgs, the state champion, sails down the inside. Gets down the inside of Matty McMahon, moves himself up into second. McMahon back to third. As Phil Barton and Gary Higgs go either side of Ryan Huxtable here in the front straight. Gary Higgs up into 6th place as the yellow lights have come on. Might have some debris somewhere on the racetrack. Our officials have spotted something. Oh, yeah. Bit of aluminium has come off. I believe that might have even come off the Gary Higgs car. So our officials are straight onto that. Bit of debris here in the front straight. So we'll get a single file restart for our Super Sedans. Yellow lights are flashing. We'll get a resumption on this one next time around. Still 9 laps remaining. It's a pair of Higgses, Keith and Dustin leading the way in this one. Watch for Phil Barton and Gary Higgs to make their presence felt in the remaining laps in this one. Heat number 3 of the Super Sedans. So make their way off turn number 4. We get ourselves back underway. And Keith Higgs will be very tough to pass over the remaining laps of this one. Dustin Higgs, a state champion, with his work cut out for him here in this one. Heat number 3 of the Super Sedans. Nathan Tearley to the inside of Matt McMahon, the 25. Moves down the inside, the Dominator chassis. Puts Matthew McMahon back to 4th as Gary Dusty Higgs getting the car up on the back bars. Hiking that left front wheel as he tries to find a way past the 2 Kimberley drivers in front of him. Phil Barton and Matthew McMahon. As back up front, Dustin Higgs, the state champion, applying the blowtorch to the former state champion in Keith Higgs. This will be good, clean racing between these two. You'd imagine 2 very vastly experienced Super Sedan campaigners who have been to victory lane on multiple occasions over the journey. Keith Higgs, he's 3rd, race bending back in the saddle, and he's holding off Dustin Higgs in the Murray Park Tavern Sweet Chassis, trying to find a way past the 8 of Keith Higgs. They hustle down the back straight, and we got the yellow caution lights on again. Craig Gilbert facing the wrong way in Pitt's corner. We'll pick him up once again with a single file restart here in heat number 3 of the Super Sedans, but it was just starting to bunch up front between the 2 Higgses, Keith and Dustin. But Keith Higgs, hard to believe it's been 21 years since he won that state title right here in Margaret River back in 2003. Will lead Dustin Higgs and Nathan Tearley to the green flag. 6 laps to run. And Gary Higgs straight away going 3/4 track high as he tries to work to the outside of both Phil Barton and Nathan Tearley. As I speak, the state champion has a big look to the inside of the 8 of Keith Higgs, who's making it very, very hard for Dustin Higgs to find a way past. So single file into turns 1 and 2. Gary Higgs again going super deep on the exit of turn number 2. Trying to go right around the outside of Nathan Tearley, as is his son Dustin in Pitt's corner. And Keith Higgs spins the car right in front of the field. The cloud of dust. The yellow lights will come on. But unfortunately, the 8 has gone around. It'll be our 3rd stoppage here in heat number 3 of the Super Sedans. 5 to run for the Super Sedans here in heat number 3. And Dustin Higgs trying to make it a trifecta of heat race wins tonight for the Higgs family. Gary winning the opening 2 heats. He's had to do it from row number 4. Here in heat 3, he's worked his way up into 4th place. So it's Dustin Higgs, Phil Barton, Nathan Tilley, Gary Higgs and Matthew McMahon, your top 5. The state champion gets us back underway. Heads off into turn number 1. And out of turn number 2, the state champion, plenty of Margaret real estate between himself and Brooms, Phil Barton. And the yellow lights have come on again. Keith Higgs has come to grief in turn number 1. Not sure what's happened there for the driver of car number 8 as Keith Higgs takes his car to the infield, leaving us with 8 cars to run these final circulations of heat number 3 of the Super Sedans, our final heat race across all classes here tonight at the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. Back underway into turn number 1. Dustin Higgs leads the way from Phil Barton, Nathan Tilley and Gary Higgs. Can he work his way into the top 3 by the end of this one? But the WA champion on rails tonight here in Margaret River. He leads the way comfortably back to Phil Barton. And the MG Tyres Dominator out of Broome. Nathan Tilley, wouldn't he be aware, in fact he might be aware now, that Gary Higgs working to his outside in the 81k. And Matty McMahon having a nice run. This heat race is Gary Higgs. Sails around the outside of the 25, moves himself up into 3rd place. So it's Dustin, now your leader, and Gary Dusty Higgs sitting in 3rd. They're split by Brooms Phil Barton with just 2 laps remaining. The Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway here in heat number 3. And it's all the dustman, Dustin Higgs, a WA champion. He'll defend his state title at Mount Parker in early March. Comes out of turn number 4 with 1 to run. It's Dustin Higgs from Phil Barton, Gary Higgs, Nathan Tilley and Matthew McMahon, your top 5. But out of turns 3 and 4, for the final time, the state champion will get his first heat win of the night. And score maximum points from Phil Barton, Gary Higgs, Nathan Tilley and Matthew McMahon, your top 5. Further back with the 23 of Ryan Huxtable, 96 of Steve Larson, and the 43 of Craig Gilbert, who has a bit of a lose at the end of that one. But the Higgs family undefeated in the heat races tonight here in Margaret River. Dustin Higgs scores maximum points from Phil Barton and Gary Higgs. They're in the final heat race across all classes. That was event number 21, the Super Sedans.